the best thing about it is I have OD amnesia, so that can save me if I put myself in a hole.
Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Behind the Music City fighting game community scene player highlight. I have here our head TO, Tito G. Tito, I have to ask, what does the G mean?
Well, you know, a while ago when I first started into the scene, everyone used to call me T-Dog in high school. So it was, I spelled it TEDO_G. And the first time I heard my name pronounced at a tournament, it just sounded really weird. And I knew that it could like not go well. So I panicked and I ran up to the TO and I was like, no, it's Tito G, Tito, TITO_G.
Right.
And then when I said it, it just kind of rolled off the top of my, I was like, wow, that sounds pretty slick. And, like I said, I was worried that people were gonna try to think I was like doing the whole Chris G thing, and it really wasn't that. It was just a happy mistake.
Yeah, there you go, dude. For sure, definitely an iconic name. I've said this to you before, but dude, anytime anybody enters the Street Fighter 6 bracket, they know you're me, and you are the one to beat in our scene for sure. Always placing in the top 3, and mostly number 1. But dude, how does that feel to have that kind of target on your back at the scene?
It actually feels really good. It sucks because I know that all my friends want to beat me up, but that's how you know you have good friends. So shout out to my scene and all of you guys. But I've worked really hard with this. I'm 26 years old. I feel like I'm getting a lot better. I feel like I could do something with Street Fighter 6 more than I could with 5. But it was just, it's like I said, it's a good feeling. I'm exposing my progress.
Yeah.
So if you would have seen where I was to where I am now, having an X on my back was something I never thought would have happened when I first started in this scene.
Yeah.
And now I know that everybody wants to take me out, and I know that at any time if I lose, there's a potential pop-off coming. So it feels good, and it feels good that my friends want to beat me up.
Yeah.
And that just means I feel like I'm doing something right, so I need to keep doing that for y'all.
Definitely, man, for sure. Now, you mentioned when you first started in the scene. How long have you just been playing fighting games, and how did you get started?
So originally, when I was younger, I used to play Super Turbo a lot at my grandmother's house on her Nintendo. And, I didn't know what I was doing, and she would play with me sometimes. She'd beat me up with Ken, and it was a good time. And that's when I was really young. But Solitaire.
Oh, your grandmother?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
My grandmother. And she had all types of cool games that I used to play on the Nintendo. It was probably my grandfather's. But, she would, if she was watching me, she would sit down and play with me and entertain the idea of us playing games. And she's a good person. But my cousin Rod, Solitaire, he really got me into the competitive nature with it probably around the age of 12, 13 years old, maybe even a little younger. And he showed me how to really play. He taught me at a young age how to lab. So all these different things that I did, and I just continued to play growing up. And then when Street Fighter 5 came out, I was 16. Yeah, I was 16 years old, and I pulled out and I hid behind the gas station near my house the day that it released, and I watched my parents go to school or go to work. And I went and picked my copy up from GameStop, and I stayed home from school and I played the whole time. I never got caught. And that's when I knew, I was locked in, like this is it right here. And I just felt, I felt like it was all thanks to Solitaire realistically, because he's the reason that I even know how to do anything. Like he put me through boot camp when I was younger. We called it Hell Week, where he taught me all the links with Balrog and Street Fighter 4. 13, 14 years old, being able to understand how some of that works is a lot better than what you see sometimes with your average player. So, that's shout out to Solitaire. He's the whole reason that I even play these games to the level I do.
Let's talk about the character that you play in Street Fighter 6. So you play JP.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people have some gripes with JP, but I want to say your JP, the way you play him, is so different, so unique and good. Could you kind of just explain kind of your whole ideal setup, I guess, with JP?
Yeah, man, it's all about speed. So I know that at the end of the day, if I'm beating you to the punch on 90% of what we're putting out, I'm going to win the matchup.
Right.
The best thing about it is I have OD amnesia, so that can save me if I put myself in a hole. But no,
we're looking out for that for sure.
Yeah, no nerfs, please. But to me, it's about speed. So if I can quickly have setups and make you think, okay, this guy's moving, he's moving, and then I just stop and I zone for a second. Like, that's the beautiful thing about this character is that I can be full screen and do 60%. I can be in your face mid screen and do 50%. We could be in the corner, and if I stun you, I could do 70% if I've got the right amount of meters. So it's just like, there's so many different aspects to this character, and I feel like I exhaust every tool of him compared to a lot of other JPs. And I'm not saying that the way they play is wrong at all.
Right.
I just know that my play style is different. So if I exhaust every single tool, your mental stack is just adding like a layered cake. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, command grab, projectiles, overhead ghost in the corner. Now I'm standing up and blocking high. Now he's doing low ghost and it's catching me. So I'll parry the next one. Okay, you parry, I pump fake the ghost and I command grab you. I get punish counter. Like, it just keeps going and going and going and going. It's a domino effect. So if you can't stop him mid screen and you've got your back against the wall against JP and they know what they're doing, like, you're more than likely not winning that round.
For sure. If you had to give like one tip to like a new player that is just getting into Street Fighter and they just don't know how to deal with JP, what is that one tip that you would give them?
My number one tip to everything is always don't give up. You fall down, you get back up no matter what. Even if I put 100 games on you in a night, you just got to keep playing. But my biggest tip that I would give to a new player would probably be to learn the gaps in his zoning. Because the minute that you can stay away from being full screen is the minute that now I have to think more. If you're directly in front of me, I have to play footsies. I have to play neutral. I have to look for ways to skip. You know what I mean? Like, I have to look for ways to take my turn. But if you're full screen and you don't know the gaps on the zoning, then I'm just going to keep you there in the corner and you're going to suffocate.
Right.
And that's just how that works. So my tip is to, realistically, just don't give up. Just because of JP. I know a lot of people have stopped playing this game because of this character. Don't give up because of a character. Keep playing and just find the gaps. Look for when you're actually safe to jump and learn the frames, because at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff is not real. Learn the frames.
Right. And I mean, it's not like a happy chaos situation we have, or I don't know, Hilda from Under Night.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, JP is beatable for sure. So Tito is not just only our main TO, the best Street Fighter player, I'll say it, that we have at this scene right now. It's going to change soon.
I agree. I think it will.
What rank are you in Jiu-Jitsu?
Right now, I'm sitting at a blue belt,
Dude, awesome.
Edging up on purple belt. So I like to think of myself as that. That's a nice little fun meme for anyone who knows jiu-jitsu terms and what we think about that. But like I have a jiu-jitsu shirt on right now. Everyday jiu-jitsu. Shout out 10th Planet, Tim's son. He puts a lot of really good quality product out. But yeah, I mean, do jiu-jitsu, I train, I wrestled ever since I was a kid. I've grown up grappling my whole life. Fighting has always been just like a big aspect of mine. I feel like if I can go into a room with 20 other people that are trying to simulate killing me and I can leave, the dishes don't seem that hard. Clocking in doesn't seem that hard the next day.
Right.
If you're fighting for your life at one point or you're suffocating, somebody's choking the life out of you and you look at the clock and there's 10 seconds and you can make it till the end, you're up by a point. I mean, you just dug deep into the ocean and swam with the sharks to figure out what you were made of. So it helps me go back and forth in between these two too, because the martial arts world and the FGC correlates a lot more than what people think.
Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Absolutely. So if you look at a lot of things that are in games, look at Manon, for instance, judo, right? Ballerina and judo. That's a crazy combo, but I'll tell you right now, that would be a good combo in real life. A lot of her throws are true. Her drop seanagi, which is a judo toss, it's the shoulder toss over the shoulder. She does that in this game, and she does it with correct form. You see a lot of jiu-jitsu in Tekken, the leg locks, like Dragunov's knee bar. He goes with an Imanari roll into a knee bar. That's really cool. You look at Aki, she kind of does like a reverse triangle, which is something in terms of jiu-jitsu. And Bizarre Jelly knows what I'm talking about, because I always look at that and I say, it's just all I see is jiu-jitsu, man.
Shout out to Jelly.
Yeah, shout out Bizarre Jelly. It's my boy, Peter from the Office Space. But anyway, if you look at terminology though, as far as whiff punishing goes, if you say somebody in jiu-jitsu, they pull guard, right? That's called seated guard. They'll sit down in front of you and I'm still standing up. I might step in between their legs, and they could think to latch on and build up for a single leg.
Right.
But if I move back and they whiff, there's a whiff punish. So now I can attack. There's just so many different things that actually do correlate, and these two scenes can coexist if we tried.
Right. Now, final question for you, Tito. Thank you again for being here and for being willing to interview. I just want to ask, what can we expect from the Music City fighting game scene?
You can expect a lot. That's what you can
Amen.
expect. You can expect talent to come out of here. You can expect consistency, productivity. We're working on building more content for you guys outside of just our weeklies and our monthly. We got a travel team going right now. I mean, there's a lot that we have going on. I mean, we have an amazing sponsor, SGF. They create some of the best, hip boxes is what I call them. Everyone has different names for them. I just call them hip boxes. So I'm sorry if that's wrong.
Leverless controller.
Please don't throw a banana at me, Matt. But we have a lot going on right now. We have a lot in store as far as events. We have a lot of people who are really pitching their time in, such as yourself, Jeffrey Omen, Blossom, Icerin. Fly Dragon is always coming in and helping us out a lot with our content and like our Photoshop and stuff like that, and our logos, our art, everything. A big shout out to Fly Dragon. He's really an underdog of the scene that I feel like needs a lot of gratitude and appreciation thrown his way.
For sure.
So we love you, bro. But like I said, there's going to be a lot. We've got tournaments lined up that we are looking to run. We're going to be working with other scenes. So just stay tuned, watch our Twitter. If you're in the Middle Tennessee Discord, you'll see it there too. But we've got a lot going on, and we're excited to exploit it this year.
Awesome, man. Dude, let's kill it together, man, for sure.
Let's do it, bro.
For sure, bro. Well, this was Behind the Music City fighting game community. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
See y'all.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Congrats. Big shout out to my locals, Music City fighting game community and Game Galaxy. Thank you for letting us conduct our locals there. We couldn't do it without you. And thank you very much to SGF Devices for being our locals sponsor. Also, big thank you to Tito for taking the time and letting me conduct this interview with him. I couldn't have done it without him. Thank you so much. You can find all the links to the people that I mentioned down below. And as always, you guys take it easy and be safe out there.